My performance was very nerve-wracking, and of course they're going to do one of the biggest cuts, so I knew I had to bring my very best. John Foster tried to pull out of American Idol just hours before the semifinals. A song was pulled from the set list because it was deemed too personal, a secret meeting with the show's producers over confidentiality, and an unusual signal that appeared on the final stage. And now, for the first time, the whole story is out in the open. The announcement of the American Idol Season 23 finals, recorded on May 18, 2025, sparked controversy for weeks after the show. John Foster, the season's runner-up, stood next to Jamal Roberts as host Ryan Seacrest held up the winner's card. An insider confirmed that Foster was given the results in advance via a signal from the production team. The early reveal was intended to help control the onstage reaction. Although the incident lasted only a few seconds, it created a lasting emotional impact on Foster. The winner of American Idol is Jamal Rogers. I had to handle it in a way that didn't affect the show, Foster said in a separate interview. It was all planned. I knew that. Prior to the finale, an original song written by Foster himself, Tell That Angel I Love Her, was put on the review list because its content was deemed too personal and tragic. An internal editorial document said the song was initially classified as potentially offensive to some audiences. Nonetheless, after pushback from the artistic advisor and defense from Judge Carrie Underwood, the song was kept. The song remained not only for its musical value but also because of its emotional weight for the contestants. That song was not a choice for entertainment. It was the only thing I could do to keep my promise to Maggie, Foster said in an interview with TV Insider on May 25, 2025. A member of the Vocal Advisory Board confirmed that Foster had considered withdrawing before the semifinals due to the psychological pressure and stress associated with performing his solo song. He asked clearly what terms of his contract he would be violating if he withdrew. The person said after receiving legal advice from the show's representatives, Foster continued competing but was reported to be unstable and in need of professional assistance. Additionally, a binding contract signed before the top 10 rounds stipulated that contestants could not publicly express their religious or political views without prior editing. Foster was one of the few contestants who requested that elements of faith be included in his performance. Foster's performance of How Great Thou Art during the faith-themed concert had to go through 3 rounds of censorship, including the original personal prayer being completely cut. In a post on her personal Instagram on April 21, 2025, Foster wrote, "I am grateful that I can finally sing it, even if it is only the original." On the production side, a former behind-the-scenes coordinator who worked on 3 seasons of Idol said Foster was the only contestant this year who refused to allow the production to write emotional scripts. He refused to do any storyboarding, would not rehearse emotional reactions, or take surprise calls from his family on air. "That's why we don't have a lot of behind-the-scenes footage of Foster," the person said. From April 1 to May 5, 2025, Foster requested to avoid unscheduled filming, declined most exclusive interviews, and did not agree to shoot practice footage with family or friends. According to a leaked email from the production coordinator, Foster's request was considered significantly different from the average contestant. After the show, Foster confirmed that he disagreed with some media requests that dramatized or portrayed images that were not true to his experience. "There are a lot of things I have to keep quiet about because I signed a contract," he said in an interview with Unfiltered with Kieran. "But what I want the public to know is I am not a character who was written." A traffic incident that occurred on the evening of December 31, 2022, in Brusley, Louisiana, left John Foster with lasting psychological consequences. A collision involving an Addis Police Department patrol vehicle during a high-speed pursuit left 2 victims, Maggie Dunn and Caroline Gill, dead at the scene. Maggie's younger brother, Liam Dunn, was the sole survivor but suffered serious injuries. Maggie and John Foster had been friends since elementary school and had a close relationship for many years. This personal connection became the main inspiration for the song Tell That Angel I Love Her, written in the first week of January 2023. According to information confirmed by the victim's family and shared during internal recording sessions, Foster spent the entire holiday season writing the first draft of the song. The song was completed in February and first performed publicly at a Brusley High School memorial. Since then, the song has been central to Foster's artistic journey. In an interview released on June 3, 2025, Foster said, "I wrote that song because I didn't know what else to do to keep a piece of Maggie alive. It was a necessary action to move on." The song uses simple language, repetitive structures, and imagery related to Catholic beliefs, including phrases like, "at the gate," "her name in the light," and "when I get there." Foster has said that much of the lyrics are adaptations of a private letter Maggie sent him a year before her death. The letter has not been made public, but according to Maggie's mother, Erin Martin, on the Unfiltered with Kieran podcast, it focused on encouraging Foster to pursue music more seriously than just as a sideline. This was further confirmed by Maggie's father, Randall Dunn, who is now the executive director of the Margaret Edline Dunn Foundation, MED, which was founded after the accident. On April 20, 2025, during the American Idol Songs of Faith theme night, the song was performed on national television. It was Foster's first time performing an original song on the official competition stage. The performance was described by the judges as reaching the deepest emotional limits an artist can convey. Foster shared in a post-production interview that the song is not a work of art, but a personal statement that cannot be replaced by other words. Data from the production team confirms that Tell That Angel I Love Her was copyrighted by BMI in March 2024, marking its transition from a private handwritten composition to an official release. The song was also selected as the first single from the competition released via 19 Recordings on May 25, 2025. According to the release report, the song's digital sales reached 1,300 downloads within its first 2 weeks. From a tragic event that occurred in a small town, Tell That Angel I Love Her became a spiritual anchor and a personal symbol for John Foster. Bringing a very private product into the public space represented a transition from personal pain to a long-term social and artistic commitment. It is a rare case in the history of the competition that a contestant could connect a personal story directly to an artistic product, maintaining integrity throughout the entire public development process. John Foster is majoring in biology at Louisiana State University, LSU, starting in the fall of 2024. This choice was confirmed by his admissions application and information provided by a department representative in March 2025. Foster's academic goals are to major in oncology with a long-term goal of studying and treating diseases related to malignant cells. According to his interview with TV Insider, the reason for choosing this major stems from his personal experience when a family member was treated for cancer at a local hospital. When Foster was selected to be a finalist in the top 24 of American Idol Season 23, he contacted the university's distance learning department directly to maintain his academic progress. LSU's academic records confirmed that Foster enrolled online for the entire spring 2025 semester, which included 3 core courses: Introduction to Biology, Introduction to Psychology, and Applied Statistics. Through asynchronous instruction, Foster completed enough credits to maintain full-time student status during his time on the show. Foster's dual status as a science student and television contestant is unique in American Idol history. According to behind-the-scenes material, Foster was the only contestant that season to juggle a full college schedule and continuous filming in Los Angeles. His schedule included Monday through Friday tapings, vocal rehearsals, and auditions interspersed with online tests and assignments submitted via the Canvas learning management system. During the April 26, 2025 taping, Foster proposed to change his practice schedule for one session to complete his midterm exam in statistics. The request was approved by the organizers after checking with the confirmation letter from the school. In addition to the technical factor, a representative of the contestant support team confirmed that Foster refused all requests to postpone his studies and did not participate in entertainment activities organized by the program during his free time. According to Foster's explanation, "I registered for the program before I was selected for the program. That will not change no matter what round I compete in." In fact, the pressure of this dual schedule led to an emergency meeting between Foster and the program's technical advisor in early May 2025. The topic of the meeting was that Foster was considering withdrawing from the competition before the semifinals to prioritize completing his coursework. Nonetheless, After receiving a commitment of technical support from both the program and the school, he continued to compete as scheduled. Foster has identified maintaining both his artistic and medical careers as a long-term option. In an interview on June 10, 2025, he stated that he has no plans to put his college education on hold, even after signing a recording contract and starting to perform professionally. Foster originally planned to complete his undergraduate degree in biology in 2028 and would consider transferring to graduate school as his music career progressed. His ability to maintain and develop two areas of expertise simultaneously, one emotionally artistic, the other demanding a rigorous scientific foundation, shows a clear personal orientation and an ability to balance public ideals with professional responsibilities. Foster epitomizes the artist-scholar model, operating in parallel with two value systems that most reality TV contestants never pursue. John Foster's personal history shows a later approach to the arts than many other contestants on American Idol Season 23. He began learning guitar and vocals at age 16, initially with the goal of supporting the performance of hymns at community events. According to a local music teacher at Brusley High School, Foster refused to participate in public performances because he had low self-esteem in his personal performance abilities. In an interview with Good Housekeeping on June 4, 2025, Foster admitted that he believed his singing voice was not up to professional standards and was only suitable for performing in a family setting. According to information from the American Idol psychological team, Foster was among a group of contestants recommended for individual monitoring of their ability to handle stage pressure, especially during live tapings. The monitoring records showed reactions related to nervousness, loss of concentration, and difficulty connecting with the audience during initial rehearsals. Based on the assessment of professional advisors, this condition was addressed through private discussions between Foster and the show's two special guests, Josh Groban and Lin-Manuel Miranda. In an off-air mentoring session during Week 5, Foster shared that he went through a months-long period of feeling unworthy to be on any stage with an audience. Josh Groban confirmed that the conversation focused on coping strategies for imposter syndrome, a psychological state that often occurs in individuals who achieve success but feel they don't deserve it. "I had to learn to trust that I'm not here by mistake," Foster said. Before the semifinals, Carrie Underwood sent Foster a personal handwritten letter encouraging him to believe in his musical direction rather than trying to satisfy the audience. The content of the letter was revealed during the conversation that aired on May 19, 2025, with a notable excerpt that included the sentence, "The audience doesn't need you to sound like anyone else. They need a reason to remember your unique voice." According to the show's representative, this is the first time in the last 12 seasons that a judge has written a personal handwritten letter to a contestant outside of broadcast. On the April 20, 2025 Songs of Faith competition, Foster chose to perform Tell That Angel I Love Her instead of the usual religious songs. According to internal communications from the editorial team, the decision went against the grain of the organizers but was approved on the grounds that the song reflected a distinctly personal faith experience. The choice of content reflects an artistic approach based on individuality rather than a focus on technique or public recognition. Independent sources have suggested that Foster remained skeptical of his musical abilities even after reaching the finals. He declined offers to work with several commercial-oriented entertainment media outlets, citing his desire to continue learning and improving his songwriting skills rather than transitioning to a full-time performance environment. This view was clearly expressed in his statement at the launch of his debut single on May 25, 2025. "I never thought I was ready. I was just learning as circumstances allowed." After finishing as runner-up on American Idol Season 23 on May 18, 2025, John Foster returned to Louisiana and continued to maintain a largely unchanged personal schedule from his preseason life. According to family and local media, Foster re-enrolled at LSU for the summer semester with an expanded online learning format and declined offers from commercial talent agencies to relocate permanently to Nashville or Los Angeles. On May 25, 2025, Foster released his debut single, Tell That Angel I Love Her, through 19 recordings. The choice of the song as the opening track for his post-contest release was determined to be a personal decision by Foster without any influence from a third party. As of June 8, the song had sold 130 digital downloads. According to Nielsen SoundScan, on June 7, 2025, Foster made his first official appearance at the Grand Ole Opry, considered the starting point for many country music artists' professional careers. Organizers confirmed that Foster was the youngest artist in the last 4 years to perform there who was not an American Idol winner. During the event, he performed 2 songs, Murder on Music Row and How Great Thou Art, marking a continuation of the classical musical direction with limited use of modern orchestration techniques. The next scheduled performances were at several regional cultural events. On August 1st and 2nd, 2025, Foster performed 2 consecutive nights at the Texas Club in Baton Rouge. Tickets for both nights sold out within 90 minutes, according to the event organizers. General admission tickets ranged from $42 to $59, appropriate for the local performance market and excluding premium experience packages. Foster said during a June 18, 2025 recording session for the Fable House podcast that he is working on a series of recordings for his debut album with an independent production team. The finished product is expected to be released in the first quarter of 2026. During the same interview, Foster confirmed plans to collaborate musically with Jelly Roll, a guest mentor on American Idol Season 23, though no specific date has been set. Recording sessions will primarily take place at his personal studio in Baton Rouge to maintain distance from the entertainment industry and allow him to continue his studies at LSU. In terms of media, Foster has actively limited the number of interviews he has given after the show. He has refused to appear on reality TV rematches or artist game shows. In particular, an invitation to participate in the next season of Dancing with the Stars was rejected on the grounds that it did not fit with his professional direction, according to a statement from his personal manager on June 12, 2025. From a community perspective, Foster continues to serve as the communications representative for the Margaret Edline Dunn Foundation, MED. In July 2025, Foster participated in a scholarship fundraiser in East Baton Rouge with the theme One Note, One Life, donating all his performance fees to a scholarship fund for students affected by traffic accidents. Additionally, a portion of the profits from his music products are set aside at a fixed rate to fund long-term traffic accident prevention programs implemented by the MED Foundation. Foster's post-idol trajectory is built on 2 pillars: maintaining a manageable artistic presence and completing his undergraduate education at LSU on schedule. Refusing large-scale commercial opportunities ensures sustainability in both areas. Foster has not signed an exclusive contract with any performance management company and continues to use his personal social media platforms to communicate directly with his followers, bypassing editorial teams. If what you have just watched brings you sympathy, reflection, or simply a new perspective, please click like to support, share to spread the story to more people, subscribe to our channel to not miss the next remarkable journeys, and leave a comment if you have thoughts to share.